Hey,
Good
so
afternoon.
we're starting for Chapter 5, History Test.
U.S., baby.
We'll start defining the legislative branch today.
Okay, the legislative branch is the branch of government that makes laws.
Congress can impeach the president, and it includes the Senate House, and the Virginia and New Jersey plans both include this.
Alright, next up is the executive branch, and this branch of government is headed by the president. He enforces the laws, and he can veto congressional legislation.
And he can nominate
Supreme Court judges. Alright, next up.
Judicial branch. Branch of government made up of courts and judges that interpret and applies the laws. Dun dun dun. Can declare laws
Constitutional. And can declare presidential acts unconstitutional. This is the country's system of checks and balances.
You forgot Constitution.
I know, I'm skipping around a little bit. And people can veto, which means to prevent. Wait, where is it? Right here. Right here. I can't read.
They can't read it.
Oh, they can. All right,
let's go back to
veto.
Go back to Constitution.
I'm going. All right.
Constitution.
A plan of government that describes the different parts of government and their duties and powers. James Madison. What was he?
James Madison was a special guy.
And how special was he?
He had a great part-time job.
Cookies aren't down the street. He was the father of the Constitution. All right.
What is
okay? A republic is a government run by the people.
For the people. Convention favored.
The Constitutional Convention favored a republic.
I'm saying that. Shays' Rebellion.
That was when Daniel Shays led a rebellion in Massachusetts because the taxes were too high after the war, and you could only pay in
specified
which was gold coins.
And the war veterans got paid in paper dollars. So everything they earned was worth nothing.
Nothing at all. Can you believe that?
Alright. Zero.
And so Shays' Rebellion, they closed the courthouses and
they made people realize that they needed a strong national government.
And they didn't let any of their neighbors get arrested by the people and put in debtor's prison. Alright, next, amend. That's to revise.
Only 27 amendments in Constitution. First time called Bill of Rights.
And there have only been 27 amendments in 200 years. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright, what does veto mean, Mickayla?
Veto. To prevent becoming a law. Ooh, here goes. The president has the power to veto congressional legislator. So if the legislative group comes up with a law that the president does not agree with and finds it unconstitutional, they can veto the law.
Alright, and the Great Compromise was at the Constitutional Convention when they had the Virginia Plan and the New Jersey Plan.
And they combined them to satisfy everyone's
wants.
With
3 branches, including judicial,
executive and
legislative. They had the House, which was represented by something. The House was on the basis of population, and the Senate each has 2 representatives from each state. The Senate is more powerful. All right, next.
3/5 compromise.
All right, this was when they find the population
and take 3/5 of all the slaves in every what's it called? State.
And counted them towards the population because the bigger states had a lot of slaves and they wanted...
The southern states had a lot of slaves.
Yeah. Bigger southern states. Alright. Next page.
Federal.
Is a strong national government, and these people called the Federalists wanted this and supported the Constitution.
There were also anti-federalists, however, who found that the federal government will take away their rights as a Republican and as a citizen. So they did not want a federal government. Separation of powers. The Constitution allotting of powers.
All right. This was when they separate the powers between 3 branches.
Legislative, executive, and judicial.
So no one would be too powerful, and they wouldn't become like a monarchy
Triumph.
like they had before. Tyranny. Checks and balances when the branches can check each other and balance out their powers and stuff.
So the legislative can veto.
They can do a lot of stuff.
Wait, they can veto something that the judicial branch?
Executive. They can veto. Let's see. Can impeach the president if they feel he is unlawful.
Thank you for that explanation.
You're welcome. All right, so the Electoral College, what is it?
The Electoral College is a group of leaders chosen by the voters who vote for the president. So it's a whole bunch of people who want to become president, and people vote for them so they can become president. And whoever has the most votes wins and becomes president.
Are we recording still? Okay, yeah, we are. All right, so ratify is to approve or sanction. All states had to ratify the Constitution. All states had to ratify the Constitution to have it approved and be put into action. And Rhode Island, yeah, that was the last state to approve of the Constitution.
Because they figured they were a small state and they didn't
matter. So,
yeah. And they had no effect, which
Rhode
is
Island's
wrong
awesome,
because due to the what one?
Due to the Senate House thing, they each had 2 representatives.
No. What plan? Due to the New Jersey plan, because it gave everyone the same amount of
everyone the same amount of power, which is how the Senate is run today. Veto, we already had that one, but right here. Oh.
We already did that.
All right. Federalists.
Supports the Constitution during the debate over its ratification. Favored a strong national government.
Alright, next page.
An anti-federalist is the opposite.
Alright, a faction is an organized group around a common interest that are concerned with only furthering that interest. James Madison feared that the government would become under control of a faction, which would be bad because they wouldn't care about any other people's rights or anything. And the Bill of Rights. What is that? Right here. Check it out.
The Bill of Rights. It has,
let me see,
10 amendments. The first amendment giving the right to free speech.
Where is it?
Katie.
Okay. First amendment
guarantees freedom of speech, religion, press,
assembly and petition. Alright, and then there's a bunch of other ones, but, we're not going to read them all.
Yes, we are. The second petition is the right to bear arms.
Amendment. The third is against the Quartering Act that states government cannot put troops in your thing. No, that's the third. That is the third. Check it out.
Oh, you're right.
Little house.
Fourth is no unreasonable searches. And the fifth is you can't have two,
you can't be tried twice for the same trial.
And you have to have a grand jury trial first.
And there's no self-incrimination. Number 6 is... Hey. My turn. Alright. Number 6 allows the right to a swift and fair trial.
Number 7 is the right to a fair jury.
Number 8 is...
No unusual punishment.
No cruel or unusual punishment and excessive
bail.
Number 9, Michaela?
Number 9 is...
you have rights beyond those stated in the Constitution. And number 10 is...
You tell us.
Well, number 10 is a tricky one. It is...
That we have not learned very well.
Establish that all powers not stated...
Not guaranteed to the federal government and not withheld from the state
are held by each of the states. I don't know what doesn't make sense to me, but I drew a little picture. If you can see, I'm not sure if it makes sense. Right? See? Right there. It's a cool little picture.
Katie.
Alright, no. Okay, now... wait. Inauguration. That is the official swearing in of the president, which just happened to Obama, which is pretty cool.
Faction. Group organized around a common No, we didn't.
We're on
We
this
skipped
one.
over it.
No, we didn't. We already did that. We did, didn't we?
James. No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. I already said that one.
You
All right.
can't do it.
We did. I'll bet you.